Alright guys, sorry for that little bit of delay. All the teams were not being cooperative, and we had one team ready for every single quarterfinal final match, and finally we have a second team. So it's going to be Legion facing off against the Why Nots in this one.
Yep, Legion currently seeded #1 with Eager hot on their heels. These are the most two likely teams everyone expects to see in the final. So we're going to tune in with Legion and see how they're doing this week. Legion made up of Pain Devion, Adoro. Wigless Dabay is not DJ Pern. They have a sub this week, it seems. Well played and Panda Cat round off their team. So it looks like DJ Perdicus isn't either here or he's not going to be available for this game.
Or he pulled a Jerby and overslept.
Is that what Jerb did?
That's the going theory, that Jerby overslept.
I heard that was
they had
the
to
case.
forfeit because of it.
Bay caught me sleeping. Not this time. Because if Bay would have caught him sleeping, he needs a Bay, because if Jibby had a Bay, then she would have caught him sleeping, and then she would have been able to wake him up in time for the games. Picks and bans going through now. Bacchosaurus are kept banned out by the boys of Legion across the way. The Why Nots banned out Sylvanas and Thor. Bastet was picked.
Yeah. Locking that one in quick. I made the mistake of saying, you know, I haven't been seeing much Bastet lately, and then suddenly everyone's picking her again. It's like, whatever. Back on the other side, though, this is not a box or a lock-in. Chet has yet to go crazy, but they're about to. That's supposed to be Bastet, not Bakasora, guys. Don't relax and chat. It's fixed. We're good. Athena getting locked in, as well as Poseidon. I'd like to say support Athena, but I said that last game as well and was proved quite wrong rather quickly as the third pick came out. So possibly and likely support Athena, but I would like to see the solo Athena coming out again. I enjoyed it. Worked well.
Yeah, I mean, support Athena solo Athena worked out very, very well last time round. But will it work out again? It depends on what you're against, really. And they're up against, like, the #1 seed right now in Legion, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to try and deal with. But taunts into Krakens is one thing that comes out with the Athena-Poseidon combo there, which is nice to set up for. A Muzen card being locked in here, something that we don't see as often. One of the best wave players in the world, but very, very difficult.
Indeed, you have to be very spot on with the positioning as Amazon Cobb. If you're out even slightly, you have a little bit of a movement speed boost from a nearby hive, but that is about it. If you get caught out, you're probably going to die, and, well, you're dead, you're dead. I mean, not much more you can say about that. But he does have the Gab, a little bit extra crowd control protection, as well as, you know, the Stone Shield just for absorbing some damage. So he'll have the backline support from the Gab. He just still will have to be, of course, very, very careful with his positioning. On the other side as well, Batz getting locked in as what will likely be the jungle for the Why Nots.
Probably the jungle, more than likely not going to be surprised there. I mean, with this focus onto the junglers for the most part in terms of bans, then Batz is starting to rise back. What? Nobody really realizing he's very, very strong with the Fear No Evils, and he's more than often than not one of the go-to left-up junglers nowadays.
That may not be an AD carry Amazon Cobb. If the Why Nots know something we don't, they banned on her with their counter ban. Unless, it could also be someone may also have been playing on her someplace else as well, so that's a possibility. There's a lot of speculation that on her mid lane could pretty much stomp on a lot of the various mages.
Well, and any lane like solo or mid can have good times. But the problem is that his impale cost did go up at the end of Season 1, and a lot of people haven't really realized that. And though strong, his mana costs are on the higher side compared to the other hunters right now. And the Bluestone Pendant, with the little nerf it took to 3% from 4%, it's not as strong as it once was, and it means the mana regen on Anher not the best.
Indeed. With that, Xbalanque was locked in for the Why Nots AD carry, back inside of Legion, locking Hercules for the solo lane, Isis for the mid lane. So Isis is going to have a decent matchup against Poseidon. She's able to kind of just hang back a little bit to just wave clear reasonably safely. And of course, the Spirit Ball can set up a pretty big play later on. It's a lot of damage from max range, and of course, potentially stunning at multiple people. And then there's, of course, always the circle protection. Again, another little layer of protection for Amazon Cobb, reduce the damage he takes, potentially provide healing, and of course that big area of, if you walk in here, I'm going to detonate it, it will explode, and it will hurt you.
So Hercules, yep, Hercules is going to be a nice pickup to be able to deal with whatever they send there. If it isn't the Athena, Hercules versus Athena, honestly, is a go backwards and forwards match. We did see the boys do it last time round in the last game, but it didn't really work out for the Hercules that time. For King's Landing, well, we waited for King's Landing when they picked up the Athena, but the last pick there is going to be that Vamana versus Hercules. Pretty much a skill matchup between the two who are going to play those gods, honestly, and junglers can influence it, but for the most part, it should just be a bashing contest. But there's your teams on paper, Muzen Cobb, with a hell of a lot of peel to help keep him safe. The big point of this game, though, is keep Panda Cat safe to make sure this AMC can go off.
Indeed. That said, guys, we're going to cut to a quick little break, get ourselves set up and ready for the match itself. So stick around, enjoy the music. We'll be back here in just about a minute. Music go away. Hello and welcome back, everyone.
Okay
Legion against the Why Nots, going to be facing off in this quarterfinal matchup. I'm Poseidon, here with the Hindleman. As Legion are, do they have wards? They have a ward. They might be looking for just early ward, but they might be looking for invade. But they're going to find the Why Nots just kind of sitting at the tower for the time being.
Why not playing the safe here? I mean, they don't want to go aggressive early on. They're going to have to deal with a potential Spirit Ball. Wind Gust does a lot of damage. Driving Strike on Well Played can cause a lot of issues. And once again, Legion are #1 seeds in the NA Challenges. So you don't want to make a mistake early. They're going to play it very safe. Their composition early game isn't the strongest, honest, for a level 1 fight. So they can understand their decision to play this one very, very safe. And they're just going to dance around there. In terms of builds, the multi-potions on these solo lanes, I'm seeing this more and more, mainly out of NA than I've seen out of EU, where most of the supports are going most of the solo lanes going Bluestone Pendant, and also taking a lot of health potions and a couple of multi potions too, just to extra sustain themselves in these lanes in case they get some early game poke on them. I like it for the most part, but I think it's a lot of investment in all fairness. I mean, you've invested a lot of gold early for the sustain. If you still get bullied out of that lane, you're going to be the one that's going to be the deficit, not the enemy laner.
Yeah, Hercules, I get it a little bit more. You can use that mitigate wounds for additional healing as well with the Bluestone and the mana buff early on. You don't have to rely on the mana potions quite that much, but like you said, it's a big investment. It's 300 gold worth of wards early on. That's a lot. I mean, I don't know. With the mana buff, it helps them out. They can sustain in lane, like you said, but you know, Hercules, I can definitely see it. He has that mana buff to sustain him, keep him going. But Vamana, he can look to poke and harass a little bit more, but you know, Hercules just heals that straight back up with the potions he has, plus that mitigate wounds, so it ends up being a bit of a wash.
So wave clear the solo lane for the most part should go into Bastet and Hercules' favour, but he's kind of even in fairness. Left hand side though, a lot of aggression already from Pay-to-V. I'm going to eat a taunt and a lot of poke damage, but he's got the pots running already. They've managed to push up, and Muzen will be the most majority wave clearer here. He's going to have a very, very fast wave clear thanks to the help of his bees.
Yep, and well, not yet. He doesn't have any hives down, so no bees coming out from that yet. But the swarm, technically it's bees, so I don't know, whatever, I don't know what I'm talking about. Panda Cat, though, will have extra Sane Hive finally coming online. Going to be a little bit of extra health per 5 as he sits near them. Over to Soul Lane, Wiggles the Bay, taking a little bit of poke as well from Vamana. And finally making that rotation off from the left side jungle. I'll be curious to see if these team look for a back Harpy invade, or if they're just going to... Ooh, actually, looks like Bastet not quite leaving some damage from Vamana. Yep, a lot of damage.
Yep, Vamana doesn't actually have clear the path. He didn't skill it at level 3, which means this should be first blood going down here, unless he can wiggle his baby backside over to the tower in time. No, Earthbreaker connects. Pounces there as well with the driver strike. Well played, picks up first blood, but maybe, just maybe, Ruby can clean this up.
He's looking for a Hand of the Gods, get rid of those minions. Overhand smash for damage. Well played's going to have the driving strike in just 2 seconds. Could end Bailey. Earthbreaker not connect driving strike on this as well. Spirit Ball not going to find a stun. Ruby just avoiding all the things right now, able to leap back out to safety. Didn't quite need help from Poseidon, but he's here to say hi, see what's going on. Bastet just narrowly outside that whirlpool, able to pounce back out to safety. Big rotation, although they weren't able to answer back.
They went, but no one really lost anything from that. Legion still gets to lead. On top of that, Pay-to-V did go to the back camps and managed to steal those ones away, putting Why Not's further behind because of that rotation. So it's going okay for Legion right now. Panda Cat, best thing for him is he can farm pretty much freely in this lane. Press Swarm, minion wave disappears, retreat back to the safety of his tower, and this is going back to the very early stages of Season 1 when Muzen was so strong once again, just because all he's looking to do is farm up and get big.
Yeah, late game, he's one of the best scaling hypercars in the game. It's, was it 50% or 40%? After just checking that. 50% attack speed boost within the proximity of his hive. That is a lot. It's one of the best, quote-unquote, steroids in the game, if you will, on an AD carry. I believe Artemis is only sitting at 30% with her, too. So, I mean, just to compare the two, it's a lot of damage. And with some of the changes to the ultimates, I forgot to press L again, as all the ultimates drop down in the mid lane. A lot of ultimates, Ruby in the middle of all this.
Does not work.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
The shield from Geb was huge. The taunt in is going to be good from Athena, but it's not going to find anything. Meanwhile, in the solo lane, a 1v1 trade goes in favor of Panda Cat, bringing down True Blade. Left Harpies go to Legion. Right hand Harpies are still available. Legion should get them too and extend their lead further, probably to about 1,500 experience here.
There's actually a pretty big fight right now in the mid lane as well. Harpies spawn, Legion using that little bit of a engagement just a moment before to take both Harpy camps. Extended lead once again, just a little bit further ahead. It's about 1.3k gold right now. Level-wise, it's still fairly close, but you can see kind of a 1 level advantage right now in favor of in favor of Legion. And you know, a big part of that came down to hitting level 5 first. That timing push they were able to take advantage of. We have ultimates, you don't. We're going to try to kill you, and they found that one kill, plus Harpies, so victory for them overall.
Yeah, shouts to Divion there with that shield. The shield on mid lane actually saved the Bastet. Wiggles was in a bit of trouble there. The Fear no Evil hit him. He was being pushed into a Kraken, but thanks to the shield, he was able to pounce straight out of that and avoid the Kraken jaws of that shark. So for early on, Legion now 2 kills up right now. Thanks to the help of well-played, managed to find that kill onto Vamana earlier on.
Yeah, Panican actually had made it back to base already. He had the Cursed Gauntlets in hand. Just finished that to the Devourer's Gauntlets. You know, he won that. He was able to force back True Blade to base. He got that kill. And right now, I mean, looking at the items, Doom Orb is on Isis. She's going to be scaling up quite a bit. Once those stacks start getting towards completion, Spirit Ball is going to hurt, especially from longer range. They scale up and do more damage the further away they are. Link progression
Pain Divion on the mid, going to get good shockwave into the rod. No Cataclysm coming out though from Pain Divion there. I guess they didn't want to do follow-up more than that. Speed buff's been taken down, blue buff's been started by the junglers right now, and Padicat's got himself in a pretty good position here, gone for Devourer's Gauntlets. We'll see where he heads off to next. Now that he's playing a Muzen Cobb, will we see a potential Ataraxia build with the Fatalis coming online? I don't know, I don't think NA's really fond of that one. We'll find out though.
It would be interesting. Going into the Heartseeker means that he's going to be hitting very, very hard. He's also not going to be pressed for that attack speed because he does get it from his hive just for being nearby them. Once that Fatalis is online as well, it's a lot of extra mobility as the AD carry. When you're up against the Vamana, a Hun Bastet, you avoid that very initial, I'm going to leap forward, clear the path towards you. That extra mobility acts as like a defensive line for you. You're backing away, they get less attacks unless they also have that Haste and Fatalis. As you know, every time you attack, that attack speed slow gets applied to you. They're moving still full speed. They get away, you have to stop attacking, close distance, smack them again. It works out fairly well as a defensive bit as well, and like I said, the Heartseeker Devourer's Gauntlets is a lot of damage. If Xbalanque goes for...
Might see an engagement coming out from Bastet here, actually. Oh, mid lane, sorry, you're going to see Kraken coming down onto Adora, who's in a lot of trouble. Wingust going to come out, catch returned onto Ruby. Ruby's in trouble here. Xbalanque uses the darkness and the body block coming out from Wiggles there to make sure Poseidon could get back to the tower. Secures him a double for Adoro's life.
And they were able to outswarm back. They got that kill onto Adoro, but it was once again a 1 for 2, so overall going the way. Soul Lane, Vamana taking a decent bit of damage. Earthbreaker was good. Driving Strike not available, however. The Boulder is well played. 1 or 2 more attacks could look for the kill potentially, but Vamana's going to just clear the path back to his tower. Hercules is going to kind of just relegate himself to finish off these minions and heal himself up a little bit. Maybe look to go back to base. They did pick up boots. Vamana going back to base picked those up as well. Soul Lane, they're looking for the fights, but not really finding anything for now. They can't really kill each other. And it's like, as is typical for many Soul Lane matchups, one of them has to make a mistake to actually kill the other person.
Left Harpies do go in favour of Legion. Pain Divion in mid lane does get a nice Cataclysm up, but no real backup there to do anything with it. He ends up eating a taunt and some nice poke damage in response for his use of his ultimate there. No real backup available, but right Harpies are available now, but in comes Ruby. He's not got ultimate available. Can they contest?
Second Monkey Batsman actually might have taken one through this Harpies, so small victory perhaps there by why not. But again, they're looking to grip on this mid lane, looking for pressure. There's Wiggles jumping forward, looking for the Razor Whip damage on the Keeper. Found it. That's going to tick down. It's about, I believe, 100 damage per tick off that bleeder right now. That's already starting to get pretty scary this early.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of damage right now. He's at 105 per tick base, plus the scaling of items. And obviously with the Warrior Tabby, that extra power will do some work. Panicat left hand side though, trading out with True Blade again, pushing him back under the tower. And underestimated is how strong Muzen Cobb is against Xbalanque. He's got better wave clear than him, and obviously you can't use Rising Jaguar if you get hit by the Stinger, so you can pin him in place and put him in a really bad spot.
And it was a while ago now, but Stinger was increasing its casting speed rate, so it's no longer this, I'm going to sting you, and there it goes finally, and oh look, you moved 20 feet away and it missed completely now. It's pretty rapid, it's like kind of like, it keeps with the flow of things, so to speak. You apply that, like I said, the cripple, it hurts. It's not fun, and cripple, of course, is like the bane of any Xbalanque player, period. You get crippled, you can't Rising Jaguar around, that's like his bread and butter. He maneuvers around the fight, gets that extra range, sits back with the Darkest Nights being in effect, you know, the extended range it offers for him. It looks like, unfortunately, not going to be seeing the Ataraxia build as of now for Muzen Cobb. He went for the Ninja Tabi first. Extra movement speed coming out, not a bad thing, like we touched on earlier. He is a very immobile god, only getting extra movement speed from his 1, so being able to position it as quickly as possible, as early as possible, is definitely going to help him out.
I do love the early wards coming up from Why Nots. They've got good map coverage here to keep their eye on the rotations from Legion. They're currently down a little bit at the moment, but it's not insurmountable that they can't get themselves back in this game. Pindivion, though, looks like he's trying to make a play on this left here. He's hanging around the corner. I don't know if he's going to really go for anything here. Will he blink at? No, he's just going to walk back into the lane now. Not going to find anything. But talking about rotations, here comes Ruby. He's looking at coming over as well. Not going to find anything. And everyone's just going to back away and continue farming because there's no real jungle to take.
Yeah, a little bit of roaming by well played over in the right-hand lane. Saying hi to Vamana in the jungle, driving strike to the face, all the things going on. Big baby forced out as Wiggles the Bay does arrive in the right lane. But this could be an opportunity for the Why Nots. They know that 2 members of Legion on that left-hand side of the map. Will they go for something? Cataclysm forced by Pain to Beyond over there, but didn't find anything.
Well, the taunt comes out as well from Athena, puts the poke damage back on. Shield comes out. Meanwhile, right-hand side, the blue buff is stolen away by Legion because they knew the big baby form was used. They're going to try and rotate for the speed buff. They're going to be there in time. Not quite. Pounce does not connect, but the driving strike does onto Vamana.
Yep, they were looking for it, but Clear the Path is a great little escape tool once you have some sort of hard crouch to lock him down. And between Hercules, with the driving strike already on cooldown, not really much they could do about that one. Rotation coming out towards the mid lane, though. We saw them look for dives already. There's Pounds coming out. There's the Razor Whip, as well as a Spirit Ball. Took a bit of poke, but with mid Harpies coming back up, that just set Legion up yet again to look to take both sides.
Yep, left one's already gone down to Legion, right one's due to spawn, and you can always see well played in position, but it looks like they're going to go for a Goal Fury attempt here, knowing that they forced Athena back. Athena can come back with defending Olympus, and here it comes with Ruby at Fear No Evil into the dump. Pain Devion's in a lot of trouble here. The Why Nots get the Goal Fury, they also take Pain Devion, but can they aggress back? Well, at the moment, Wiggles has to get out for that. Right, and Harpies, though, still being done by Hercules. He's going to secure those, but the Goal Fury from the Why Nots, very good there.
Yep, they slung them, caught the gold lead back up. It's only a 400 gold deficit for them right now. Mid lane, a little bit of back and forth. Wiggles was looking to perhaps catch somebody out. He didn't have his ultimate available at that point, however, and almost paid for that little bit of aggression with his life. He's going to try and take these back Harpies before he gets killed himself. Palance will buy him the time, giving him a little bit of extra gold for heading back to base. For now, though, Why Not trying to defend this mid lane? 3 members grouped up. They're health bars, mana bars for those guys. Not looking too good for the moment. I expect to see some.
Well played on the right side, though. Still trying to go aggressive onto this Vamana, who's very low on HP here. He missed the driving strike, though. If he landed that, he probably would have found himself a kill over in that solo lane. Red buff available right now, so we're going to see Wiggles rotate over there and take that one. Not exactly sure where DJ Pedicus is right now, and maybe he's just off for this game. I'm not sure if he played in the earlier rounds or not, but DJ Pedicus not on the side, and that could be an interesting debacle for them going into the later stages, as this is a quarterfinals game, and then they're going to be facing tougher and tougher opposition. We'll see if Wiggles can make things happen, because at the moment, though, he's not doing too bad. 2-0-1, but he just found Ruby.
Yep, Sacred Monkey drop down, gonna use that teleport at the last possible moment, trying to find damage. Catcall drop down, Ruby gonna somersault Shrent off those. Hand of the Gods coming down as well. They're trying to find an opportunity for a fight. As they look for it, Ruby in trouble. Panda Cat finds that kill. You do not want Amazon Cobb getting kills. But
he swarmed onto 2. Wiggles going to go in and drop the bleed onto Poseidon as well, forcing out Xbalanque to use the defensive ult. But Pain Devion is not letting them back under the tower. 4 members of Legion going to try and surround. Pain Devion's going to tank this one up. This should be a double kill. Poseidon needs to watch himself. It's not a triple.
Yeah, Panicat finds number 1. Keeper of the Rice answers back with the Kraken. Nice. Found the kill onto Wiggles. The damage for Poseidon is definitely there at this point. The other 2 able to just barely squeak out of that one. Athena found a little bit of a gap in the lineup of Legion. Got the strike straight on through, back out to safety. But it did cost them their 80 carry in the process. Granted, only giving up 1 kill in a situation that was looking very, very bad like that was probably the best of a bad situation for Why Not.
Well, they're also going to lose the tier 1 tower in the left-hand lane here. Pain Devion's able to tank this one up, but the next minion wave comes in, so they lose the tier 1 tower in the left-hand lane as well. The thing is, because of that Gold Fury, the gold differential is not that big right now. It's only 1,500. Legion trying to work it back up once again. The difference is, though, experience is definitely very much in their favor.
A big part of that as well is on Amazon Cobb. Like I said, you don't want him getting ahead early. Those couple extra levels means he kind of has control of that duo lane in 1v1 up against Xbalanque right now. Going further into the game, when he starts getting further on, he has the Itchval completed. He has, does he have golden hand right now? He does not. He did just finish off that Itchval. But later on, once he starts getting online, once his team is actually starting to group up, he's going to be doing not only a lot of AoE damage between both the Honey applying his Bees passive, but also the Swarm sweeping down a decent bit of the lane, doing damage to a lot of people. He's going to be doing a lot of zoning as well, and a lot of poke before the fights actually break out. And then once the fights break out, he's a hyper carry 80 carry who is right now getting reasonably well fed.
Fighting the junglers, Ruby goes aggressive onto Adoro here. No Evil does not connect as Adoro jukes it out. Kraken though only hits onto Pain Divion as the pounce out happens, but in comes the rotation from the solo laners too. The Spirit Ball connects at max range from Adoro, but here's Big Baby.
He's looking for the kill onto Doro, going back on the tower, realizing, 5 people plus the tower, maybe not what I want more to do with. The Big Baby, Colossal Fury took a lot of hits. He's going to be staying for just a little bit longer, but now as it wears off, they're looking for this kill. Immediately driving strike into the wall. Panda Cat gets another kill in this engagement. That's going to put him at 4-0-0, and this is going to set them up as well to look here potentially for more towers, more objectives. Panda Cat does have to head to the left lane and stop Xbalanque from split pushing, but the rest of the Legion are currently looking to clean up the jungle of the Why Nots, and they found one. They're about to find another, and I wouldn't be surprised they take this right side tier 1 tower on the back of the map.
Oh, Panda Cat just stops Xbalanque backing over in this lane as well, so he might be able to continue the chase here. Stinger comes out, Swarm connects. This is a dead Xbalanque. If he can dance long enough around the minions, no, he cannot. Panda Cat on a rampage mid lane. Once again, Ruby looking to pick up Adoro, though, who's overstayed his welcome.
Spirit Ball is good, buying a little bit of time. Here's Hercules. Can they find the defense? Yes, they will. Ruby pushed back by the driving strike. Able to buy time for Adoro to escape that little bit of an engagement safely. You know, gotta be very careful with positioning, especially when you start getting ahead. You are worth more gold than your opponents. If you get picked off like that, you open small little windows of opportunity for them to start getting themselves back into this. That said, the Why Nots on the back of that little bit of a kill, a couple of those towers getting taken, the Legion have found themselves about a 3,500 gold lead, and with Gold Fury about to respawn, we already see them grouping up, waiting for it to pop down, and they want to sneak this one in before anyone has a chance to do anything about it.
Yeah, they need to start trying to shut down Panda Cat soon, because Panda Cat is a real issue for them right now. 5-0-0. He doesn't care about assists. He'll just take your life in itself. Ultimate use, Defender of Olympus already on cooldown as Athena tries to rotate for the Gold Fury already. The team spotted that one out, though, and now they're trying to group up. They just stole away Purple buff, did well played, and now all 5 members of Legion are grouped. So are the Why Nots. We'll see a fight shortly.
Yeah, they're doing a good, decent bit of zoning. Earthbreaker did find Keeper of the Rice. He's going to be able to get himself straight on another one. With the Whirlpool drop down, they really couldn't do much to stop him. Nice double driving strike from Hercules. They have completely and utterly zoned out Why Nots off this Gold Fury. It's just about down to that threshold. They're actually going to force to reset and look for the fight instead. Big Baby is up. They're looking to engage this one fully right now. Pain Divion backing up. Really not much committal to this fight. Just a little bit of slapping back and forth, but beautiful driving strike and Boulder coming out. Holy crap, the fight is on big time. Well played.
It is as well. Now Big Baby is not going to be able to get away from the cats that are surrounding him as well. He tries to jump away, but the chase from Adoro is just too much. The Wingus closing the gap, circle of protection brings him down. Meanwhile in mid, Jibba does get out, as does Athena, but the rest of Legion can now return their attention back to that Gold Fury once again. Holy crap, that driving strike boulder combo. You don't group up like that.
No. It's like, oh yeah, they're not really committed to this fight. Boom. Big play from Hercules to kind of kickstart things and get things moving. Gold Fury picked up. Split push coming out from Bastet as well as Adoro as they rotate over now to the mid lane. Going to find a tier 1 on top of that Gold Fury. Legion just slingshot themselves up to a nice 6,000, 7,000 gold lead at the moment. And with the mid-Harpies coming back up, they're cleaning those up as well. That was like the perfect timing for Legion to win a big team fight, because they're just cleaning up all over the place right now.
They really are. They'd already stole some of the jungle before that engagement happened. Now they got left Harpies, they're going to get right Harpies. They took a tier 1 tower mid lane. They can return to their jungle and it's all respawning. So everything's looking great for Legion right now. Wall coverage has started to dip a little bit on their side though, but they've just gone back to base. You should see some more wards coming out soon. Why not still? They're trying to ward up best they can. The problem is that the fights then was just so well played by Legion in zoning out the Why Nots from getting to that buff that they just slowly got picked apart and ended up grouping for that boulder combo.
Yeah, for sure. Take a quick peek down at the items these guys are building around. Just some slightly different routes coming out of the supports. Pain Divion did rush for that wing blade. It's kind of like the perfect all-in-one package for supports. You get that movement speed, you get the cooldown reduction, you get the slow immunity. Defender of Olympus dropping in. They want this fight over here. Can they find Panda Cat? He's going to get away. Cataclysm coming out to respond right now. Taunt will miss as Spirit Ball comes over the wall. They're looking to turn this one back around. Adoro finds number 1. Pain Divion looking to give chase. Slowed down a good bit by the Whirlpool, but they are...
They won't find more.
Yeah.
They won't find more. The poison's going to come out. They're not going to find anything else. Pain Divion already used the Cataclysm. His teammates in mid lane were pushing that one up. Going to look for the tier 2. They're going to double siege. Just keep it on Bastet, though. She may come over this wall any second.
Definitely a possibility. Vamana's trying to split push down that right side. Answer a tower back finally for Legion. If nothing else, they have...
Swift, though.
Yeah. If they can hold...
They're going to lose tier 2 mid, they're going to lose tier 2 left, and they're going to get tier 1 for the trouble of it, I think, more than anything else.
3,000 gold for 500, not worth it any day of the week. There's a Stinger connected on the True Blade. He's not able to leap away from this one. Doro dropping that circle protection, secure that kill. They're looking for Keeper of the Rice as well. All the abilities drop down in the world, not going to save him right there. Panda Cat finds that kill. This is going to be a Phoenix attempt here, more likely not from Legion as well. Immediately well played going under the tower. Phoenix looking to tank this one up. There's backdoor protection is in place right now, so it's going to be a little bit of a slow fight. This could be an opportunity. There's Ruby dropping down the free wheel, trying to buy time. If nothing else, they've pushed them back off the Phoenix for the time being.
But for the time being, the next minion wave is coming in. They are going to back away for now, though, but with only one tier 2 tower remaining, there's a lot of gold on the side of Legion in their bank account to go back and spend now. That's where they're going to recall, finish off these items, probably head over to the Fire Giant and start the game plan there once again of the zoning and letting Panda Cat tank it, because 16,000 experience, 9,500 gold. Legion have really put this one under pressure. I mean, Whiteout's had a really good chance of this one. After that Gold Fury, they brought themselves relatively even, but then the pressure just got insurmountable. People were losing lanes 1v1, and you can't have that happen, because if you lose lanes 1v1, there's no real coming back, because the jungler can't be everywhere at once.
Unfortunately for them, as is the case usually, the jungler is the one who's like, oh, why aren't you here? Oh, I'm helping these guys. Well, too bad, I want help in my lane, damn it. No, I'm liking the itemization choices coming out right now, though. Midgardian Mail was picked up on Vamana, winds up in that big baby form, potentially slowing down the auto attacks coming off of Muzen Cobb, slowing down the attacks coming off of, well, everybody. You know, everyone should be auto attacking when they're not otherwise using abilities, so that will, of course, help. The problem is, he's the big baby. When you attack him when he's in that big baby form, you're just extending the Colossal Fury, so you don't want to be attacking him to begin with. And ideally, Panda Cat's just going to be looking like, oh, you're in your big baby form, you're healing up very, very quickly, I'm just going to attack somebody else in the meantime, and as soon as it wears off, I'll turn my focus to you, and you have no more 5% healing per second. I'm just going to kill you very, very quickly when you're down and out on that one.
The other issue is, though, itemization as well. I mean, at the moment, there's not a lot of damage on the side of the Whiteouts, but here's an engagement coming out, or at least an attempt when they thought they were doing Fire Giant, and now you're going to eat a lot of poke, is that little baby at the moment. Vamana, sorry, Hercules zoning out Athena for the time being. Spirit Ball goes back, doesn't connect with anyone for now, but it's 15-3, and the problem is, like I said, damage. Xbalanque's not big or strong right now, has no kills, so not got much of his passive online. Oh, baby, you don't want to go that way.
He does not. The body blocks come in, trying to lock him down. One more Wing Gust from Maduro will find that kill, and this is immediately going to signal that we can force the fight at Fire Giant or get ourselves a free Fire Giant in the back of that. Well played, zoning out with the help of Wiggles the Bay. Panic at this point, with the help of Pandemon, can very easily two-man that Fire Giant. That's exactly what they're doing. Kraken already spent the trying to stop Well Played from pushing these guys too far back. They were hoping to keep the hope of a Fire Giant still alive, but it's about to hit that 25% threshold. There's the Wrath of the Gods. Legion getting the first Fire Giant of the game, 20 minutes, 39 seconds into this one. True Blade not in a happy place right now, using that Rising Jaguar, trying to run away, but Bastet can close the gap with Pounce. A D-Claw that connects will be a kill here, and you know, he's gonna, well, yeah.
Admit defeat. Tier on the right is going to be pushed in by Legion now, and it's a prime example of that Kraken going off in the mid lane there by Keeper of the Rice when he was trying to defend. He's gone for Gem of Isolation, and his team are behind, so they've not got much damage. And with that, that means that he's the only magical on his team. Those Krakens have to be big, and they have to do work. You can't go for the sort of team fight control scenario of Gem of Isolation. If your team's behind, you need some burst damage. Without that burst damage, they've got no real engage, and there's a Fear No Evil, but there's not going to be much follow-up.
Nah, unfortunately, they're going to immediately look to disengage in this one. They have a little bit of time, but Hercules meanwhile was pushing that mid lane, and a Phoenix is about to fall. They're trying to stop this one, but it will be too little too late for that mid lane Phoenix. Ruby in the spot, drop a Cataclysm, finding two members. Circle Protection dropping down, good healing, good damage. Oh man, trying to run away from this one right now. Preemptive Strike is prepped, ready to get back to the fountain if needed. They're now immediately turning back their attention to that right side Phoenix. True Blade gets caught by the driving strike, able to just slip back out of that one. The Spirit Ball from Enduro did not connect. This right side Phoenix is about to fall as well. Not much left in this map. Darkest Night's coming up, but no one was really in position to follow up on it. They have an opportunity to defend, but they're quickly losing their last few objectives.
Yeah, well, you can see Hercules and Bastet going very deep.
No.
Wiggles on a killing spree. Well Play's going to find one, and Wiggles going to get out just in time with a pounce at the moment. The Titan is slowly being whittled down now by the boys as they're looking for more kills more often than not and trying to wait for some minions to get in to try and end this game. Maybe they'll rotate for right Phoenix, though. That's what looks like the game plan is going to be.
Yep, and really well played, looking to tank up the shots. Panic Cat coming up for that damage. Even if the backdoor protections is dropping very, very quickly, why don't you try to get in position to counter this attempt on it, but it will fall too quickly. And out of a bad spot, Fino drop down, oh man, in the middle of that one, trying to get out alive. Wiggles gets it with the bleed from the Razor Whip. Cackle drop down, Surrender Vote coming out, / Titan falling, not entirely sure what it actually was. I think it was the Surrender Vote coming out. with a couple members down, Legion full strength, Fire Giant buff, there really wasn't much Why Nots could look to do to just turn that game back around at that point.
Damage was the big issue on that side of the team. Vamana went full tank, which is fine. You know, Vamana going full tank, but Xbalanque wasn't really online. He got shut down early by Panda Cat in that lane, so Xbalanque didn't have much damage. And then with Poseidon in mid lane, but played by Keeper of the Rice, he went for a very control-orientated build, which is lesser damage, unfortunately. Didn't have any penetration online yet, because Gem of Isolation very expensive as well, so no penetration. He wasn't doing a lot of damage. And so what happened was the tankier targets of Legion were just able to stand there and eat those shots and not really have to worry about it, and they could never really get to the back line of a Muzen, Carb, and a Doro on that Isis. So Legion moving themselves forward to the semi-finals with a nice play from them.
Indeed. Stick around, guys. We'll be back with the semi-final matchup in just a bit. Yeah, see you guys in a little bit.